Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Optimism, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that Bitcoin today just hit another new all-time high. So it shows how close Bitcoin is to its all-time high level and really want to push it higher. By the way, Ethereum is extremely close to its all-time high, which was set back in November 2021. Then, when we're looking at the chances for a rate cut, now it looks like it's 100%. By the way, PPI data is coming out pretty soon, maybe during this video while I'm recording it. Then let's talk about the possibilities for the altcoin season. We had the second biggest inflows into ETH spot ETFs yesterday. And let's talk about the BlackRock, which is accumulating crypto heavily, and its crypto portfolio is more than 100 billion US dollar already. And also let's talk about the fact that Bitcoin institutional volume hits 75% on Coinbase. So this is pretty heavy how now the institutions are accumulating Bitcoin. And guys, these things will be in today's video. And don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, very simple, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. Right, and for start, as usual, let's have a look at the market where we can see that Bitcoin is up 0.7% with this 121,856 US dollar. Ethereum 2.2 up, 4,736 US dollar. The top gainer Cardano is now 16% up, waking up kinda. Then we have Arbitrum for 9% and KAIA 8%. Okay, put it this way. Losers, ENA 8% down, OKB 7%, but look how much it went up yesterday. Basically, Pendle 7% down. So some altcoins going down, some doing pretty well, but overall, actually, Bitcoin and Ethereum setting now the levels. And when you're looking at this, we can see that today Bitcoin went up, then we turned down, but we had today 124,533 US dollar, and this is the new all-time high officially now for Bitcoin. When we're looking at, by the way, Ethereum is extremely close, 2-3% away from its previous all-time high. So this record can break basically anytime. This is a heavy level, so be aware of it. So to breaking a previous all-time high, this needs really a push. And lots of people are, taking profit just before it because they think, yeah, that price, this will be, a resistance, and then the price will come down, and then we retry. So it's very difficult to break it. But as soon as we break it and stay above it, I think then Ethereum can go higher, and that the altcoin market going to feel as well. Bitcoin dominance, meanwhile, look at here on the daily, but it just keep going down. Now today is the lowest after a long time. We have seen it roughly here back in February in this year, so really long time ago since it came here. But the real altcoin season going to start when Bitcoin dominance is getting closer to 50%. So this is the warm up. If this continues, then we have the chance for the altcoin season, definitely. Right, and now then let's talk about the first topic. So overall, when we're looking at the market, then we can see that everything is basically up, like mostly. Here we have Bitcoin new all-time high. I think this is very, very important. But when we zoom out a little bit and go to the stock market, for example, and looking at the S&P 500, we can see, look, S&P is on its all-time high. When we're looking at here, Nasdaq also on its all-time high. So even the stock market is setting really new levels. Bitcoin just broke all-time high. Ethereum is very close to its all-time high, extremely close. So it's a very, very exciting time right now, what's happening. And this was about the stock market. And now, by the way, now we had the chance right now 100% for the rate cuts in September, and I think for a long time we have it today, first time like this. So when you're looking at now the chances for the 17th September FOMC meeting and the rate cut, I mean, the chance, yeah, it's going to happen, but I mean the meeting, but will the rate cut happen? Now we have 100% because they go for 25 basis point rate cut, 99%, and a tiny percentage even for a bigger rate cut. So yeah, it's getting more and more interesting, and the market is starting to pricing it in. By the way, now it's not out yet, actually coming out a couple of minutes. The PPI data, you know, the CPI was out 2 days ago, and now the PPI, we're waiting. The forecast says 2.5. The previous one 2.3. So anything under 2.5 would be nice for the market for sure. Maybe I will get back to this if it's out. All right, and now let's talk about the possibilities for the upcoming altcoin season. So now that Ethereum is getting hotter and hotter, and some of the other altcoins also catching up, you know, there are, you know, talkings about what kind of altcoin season we could have, if we could have. And, you know, there are different kind of opinions. For example, Jack Knorr said that this cycle altcoin season is likely to be more selective and will see narrative-driven runs like AI real world assets rather than all altcoins rising together. So this is what he said. Then we have here this one that we might have had 5,000 coins. You know, now we're probably getting about 5,000 a freaking day. So yeah, it's totally changed. Then institution bid fuels different kind of alt season. According to my Dutchers, we're going to have now the ETH rally. This is the mini altcoin season. Then we have the rotation back to Bitcoin when Bitcoin is catching up to 120, 140 levels. Then altcoins lag at that time, and then rotation back to Ethereum and alts and final blow off. So this is what he predicts. Then we have here, Berger says that expects this altcoin season to last around 2-3 months, and that the rotation will happen once Bitcoin consolidates after a strong gain and risk appetite shifts outward. Then we have Knorr, if I pronounce the name right, I don't know, expects the next altcoin season to last a bit longer at 4 to 5 months, potentially starting this year and peaking in the fourth quarter of this year or early 2026. Then we have people who are not agree with the altcoin season, saying that but this guy, Sandergaard, argues most altcoins will be hamstrung without institutional interest, given retail is staying on the sidelines for now. Institutions, I suppose, aren't allowed just to throw money at altcoins or tokens below a million market cap, so they are not really allowed to play this kind of ball field, he explained. So this altcoin season that many people have been trying to call for the last 12, 18 months, likely constantly as soon as there is a little pop. I don't think that's going to be sustainable. So different kind of opinions. So if you have your own, you can let me in the comment section. Nobody knows the future. Okay, that's one thing. You can look at it from this side, from that side. Definitely, I think it's very, very clever to take profit on the way up, because then you secure your profit. The question won't be that you win or lose. You win. The question is how much. And I think this would be very important. Right. Okay. Now let's go back a little bit to Ethereum, because it has the second biggest inflows. I mean, the Ethereum spot ETFs. So basically, institutions heavily buying Ethereum ETFs. As you can see here, much bigger inflows than into Bitcoin. Now we had 729 million US dollar previous day. I mean, the day before on the 12th of August, 523. And the record was set on the 11th of August with 1,018 billion US dollar. So that's crazy. And you can see how heavily they keep accumulating. And when we're looking at the big guy who is buying the most, BlackRock, you know, and its balance sheet when it comes to crypto, then we can see that now they hold more than 100 billion US dollar in crypto. And this is getting more and more significant. And well, the question is, who is coming up next? Look at the word Solana. When we're looking at the word Solana in Google, according to Google Trends, it's in August higher than ever. So maybe after, you know, Ethereum is getting around these all-time high levels, Solana could come up next. Okay, that's speculation, but it's very interesting how this is also cooking here in the background. And finally, let's talk about the heavy institutional buy of Bitcoin. So we have a data, and this shows that on Coinbase, the Bitcoin institution volume hits 75%, you know, and this is a pretty significant one. So Bitcoin is once more targeted for institutional buyers as US inflation cools and the market sees lower interest rate next month. So data shows that on Tuesday, 75% of Coinbase volume came from institutional players, and this is really heavy. So basically, the retail standing on the sideline, institutions, you know, keep accumulating. Retail is more and more maybe now starting to focus on altcoins, not on Bitcoin. Well, don't forget, every single Satoshi they're accumulating, they're probably going to hold it for a while. And you know, you're selling them, so you have to be aware of it, that they thinking in long term, the retail is usually thinking just in short term, and it's very interesting to look at their strategy, in my opinion. Okay guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day you getting the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. Very simple. If you want this, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.